Hi, I'm Danny with Hachette. Here we have 5 of our new latest games that are coming up for the spring/summer of 2023. These are being premiered at PAX just in our press meetings, so you'll see them soon at Origins Game Fair, Gamma Expo. The next conventions, they'll be on the demo tables. So over here to the right, we're going to start with Roa, who is the new game by Groa Games. They're the studio who made Nidavellir. This is a new card game. Instead of being an auction set collection game, this one's a combo/engine builder. Thematically, we're trying to terraform these derelict planets. So this is a player board. We'll each have one. Each round, if I can reach. Each round, we will be moving our little alien buddy to the next spot around the board. And it's going to tell us whether we're drafting from the moon or the stars to our left and right. So these little asteroids will be between each player. When you draft, you'll pick up all of the cards, pick one of them, and add it to your player board. Now, each time you complete a set, a row or column of 3 matching symbols, you're going to pick the deity, the matching deity. So there's about 8 of them, one for each terrain type and one for each animal type that are floating around the game table. As soon as someone completes the same set of symbols, they're going to take that deity from you. So they're constantly switching hands. They're not very loyal, but they have either instant or scoring effects. There's different directions you could go depending on your strategy. Now, at the end of each round, we've been placing cards simultaneously, and then we are going to activate the column or row that our alien buddy is in. So I would activate these 3 cards. So as I'm placing, I'm either trying to focus on the imminent activation and optimize that, or prepare for a future activation, because I know my alien's going to be going here and all the way around the board. So the game lasts 12 turns. Once I get to a corner, each of the 4 corners, there's going to be intermittent scoring. So we will score for water droplets, right? We're trying to bring life back to the planet, so water is very important. We're also going to reactivate any cards with these spore tokens on them. So this is where the engine building becomes very important. You want to conserve cards and put tokens on them that chain together for really huge effects. Okay. These intermittent scoring happens 4 times, each of the corners. So score is going to be very high, probably in the 200s, which feels really good. And then this is 2 to 5 players. It plays in 45 minutes regardless of player count, because you're, as I said, all doing it simultaneously. So it's pretty snappy.
And again, that is
Roa.
Roa. I wasn't sure how to pronounce that. Roa.
It's a weird one, yeah.
This one sounds really cool. I'm definitely digging a lot of the mechanics in here.
Yeah. It's nice to see the evolution of your board as well, because it starts off all like beige and kind of dingy, but you will bring life back to it. So it's super thematic and really beautiful.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because as you flip them over to the colored cards. Yes.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's coming out end of the spring, we hope. Yeah. Take all of these release dates with a grain of salt.
Fair enough.
All right, our next one is Vivarium. This is by Studio H, so they make Northgard, Suspects, Shamans, a ton of great, really beautiful games. This is a 30-minute filler game that is basically Pokemon. We're trying to gather sets of really adorable, kooky creatures. The sets that you're creating are either based on animal type, so we've got a few different types, or the different colors that you see. You'll get points for the contract cards that you're also drafting from the board, as well as the points on the animals, any gemstones you have left over at the end of the game, and trophy tokens. So these trophies, there's going to be a different one each round, and they give you a different focus. So by getting dragons and beasts this round, I'm going to get gems. Whoever has the most of these 2 types will take the token as 2 points at the end of the game. So we will play 7 rounds, then add up those points I just mentioned, but how the heck do we get the cards off the board? It's not as simple as just pointing to the one you want and getting it. Each player will have 2 dominoes in front of them, and on your turn you will swap one of them with the domino in the middle of the table.
Oh.
And then you can rearrange them, flip them, swap them, whatever, to make coordinates for the board.
Oh.
Yes. So
okay.
It's adding some limitation to your choices in a really interesting way. So this means I go to row 2 column to get this little bunny.
Very interesting way to draft.
Yes, and it's
Okay.
also, there's some player interaction too, because you are deciding which domino to give to your opponent on their turn.
So everybody has their own two. There's one in the middle, and you're swapping. Okay, because every turn you're going to swap out for the one in the middle.
Yep,
so
yep.
yes, you're giving your opponent the next domino they're going to use. Oh
uh-huh.
wow. Okay.
Your mind just got blown.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. Very cool.
Yeah, so that's that. 7 rounds, half an hour. Hopefully releasing in April for this one, Vivarium.
And this is, yes, Vivarium. Very pretty cover. I love the
Yeah.
artwork with the dragon.
Satoshi's got amazing art style.
Super cool.
So speaking of beautiful art, here we have Tribes of the Wind. This was one of our SN hotness. It was in the top 3, I want to say, of the voting SN had going on. So I'm going to move this so I can point. But this is thematically, humanity has made some very poor decisions, and we're forced to move from the surface level of the world to the treetops, where the air is more breathable. We're away from these noxious pollution clouds and whatnot. So this is a player board. Everyone will have their own. They are slightly asymmetric, so we'll have our own deck of player powers. The bonuses on certain areas and the requirements for other things are a little bit different. So you can tweak to your play style once you get familiar with the game. This plays in about 90 minutes, and it's a race. So when someone builds their 5th village, the end game is triggered and we play one more round. So it's not like the rug is going to be swept out from under you, but you do want to pay attention to what your opponents are doing and how close they are to that trigger. Now, on your turn, you have 3 options. You can build a village by filling up a forest tile with your people, with your wind riders. So here on this purple one, I need 1 more. On my green, I need 2 more people.
Okay.
Then I can flip over the tile, place a village, get an end game scoring card, and get 1 step closer to the end of the game.
When you put your people and you flip the tile, do you get them back?
So it depends. You see these symbols on the forest tile.
Okay.
The windmill actually helps remove pollution.
Oh.
The catapult will let you move one of your people to another tile.
Oh, cool.
And then this is a portal that connects to your treehouse. So if you don't have the catapult that throws one, they will all come back to your main treehouse.
Okay.
And you'll have to move again. So movement is done as one of the card effects. So this is your second option for your turn, is playing myriad card effects. Now, most of them will rely on what you have in your own hand. So 1 of everything, no blue, 2 greens. Easy enough.
Yes.
These last 2, so this one, at the table, do players have 2, 4, 6 greens? Like across everyone, are there that many cards? And you get the top, middle, or bottom effect accordingly.
Oh, okay.
This one is, do I have less green than one of my neighbors or both of my neighbors?
Oh, I see.
So there's this kind of interaction, collaboration. It's very polite because I'm not forcing my players to discard those cards. I'm not taking them from them. All I'm doing is looking at the back of their cards. Let's see if I can do this. Because you can see the different colors on the back of the cards. Everyone has a card tray like this that comes with the game. And you can see I had 2 greens, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue.
Oh.
So there is minor player interaction. If I play a card, I have to refill my hand back up to 5. So I will draw from the open market, which is face down, right? If this is my market, I have a red, a blue, and a green to pick from. If I pick the green, someone at the table might go, oh, can't believe you took that one. But it's not because I knew that they needed it, right? I'm not hate drafting on purpose. They might have needed to have more than me, and now we're tied. Or they needed someone else to have more green. So there's no way of knowing what your opponents might need, especially because the requirements for the cards don't actually match the color, right? This one requires green, but it's a red card. So there's really no hard feelings as you're drafting cards, but you can, there can be some funny moments of accidental frustration.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
beautiful art. I love the look, both of the cover and the board.
Yes. Oh, the cards as well are by Vincent Dutray, and they're modular. So you may see the same character across multiple cards with some slightly tweaked details, and I love finding those little changes.
It's got a really cool theme and some really cool sounding mechanics.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yep. All right, our next one is Valbara. This is also by Studio H, who did Vivarium. This is a 20-minute set collection filler game. So, it's right here.
Oh,
Thematically, it's okay, there's a lot going on here. Thematically, we are a nomadic tribe of people, and we're roaming the lands trying to find our new place to live. So each round, there's going to be 2 phases, a character phase and a landscape phase. In the character phase, we're going to choose one of the cards in our hand and reveal it simultaneously. So this is the purple deck. You will have, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Okay. You will have the purple deck. I will have the green deck. Our characters are exactly the same. So we each have 1 through 12. Our 12s do the same thing. Our 1s do the same thing. So let's say I'm going to give you this card, and this will be my green card, right, from my own deck. We will reveal, and the lower number goes first. Sorry, all over the place. The lower number goes first, but generally their effect is weaker than the higher ones.
Okay.
So if you can see, the 1 actually causes you to give victory points to other players, but you have first pick of the landscapes. So that's a mechanic I really love, balancing going early with having a huge impressive turn. There's also some card counting, because after you've played your card, everyone knows that your 1 is gone, or that my 6 is gone. So, and because we have the same deck, we know the powers. So you can wait and plan accordingly on future turns to have something that you can't defend against or whatnot, because some of the effects do like take or give or rearrange based on other players. The landscapes themselves, like I said, it's set collection. So there's 6 different types of landscapes. I only have a few of them out right now, but you can see this one scores for the number of different ones you have, or it just gives you points, or you want to focus on more of the same. So there's lots of different strategies that you'll be going for, and your characters will interact with them. So it's a filler game, 20 minutes, but it's beautiful, and there's a lot of interesting little interactions that happen between you and other players.
And when is this one going to be released?
April.
Oh, this is almost all spring.
Yep, a lot of spring.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Our last one's actually February. This is Kowale by Gigamik. This is the next wooden abstract game in their line, like Corridor, Quarto, all of those beautiful wooden, I call them coffee table games, because you can just leave them set up and it's not offensive, jump right into a game. But Kowale is strictly 2-player, and I describe it as Mancala meets 4 in a row.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Oh, good. So I've been playing this game with myself through my various press meetings, so you can kind of see it in progress. But on your turn, if I'm beige, I'm going to add one of my player pieces to any stack, let's say this one, and I pick up the entire stack and drop off
like Mancala
as I go. So I'm trying to get 4 of my pebbles in a row, like looking down, bird's eye view.
Gotcha.
If they're sandwiched in between, it doesn't matter. I have to uncover them. But you're trying to cover up my stones at the same time. So it's definitely one of those games. So I would be the
dark colors.
Yep, you would be burgundy, I would be beige. There's a mustard color that's neutral. You start with them, like 2 stones in each corner, just to give you something to start picking up and placing down.
Very cool.
This is one of those games where you have to think 3 turns ahead to see how your opponent is, what you want to do, what your path to victory will be, but while also taking into account what your opponent wants to do as well, which is where I always fail and never end up winning, because I get focused on my own stuff and all of a sudden someone else has won.
And the whole board is wood. This is all, not just the pieces, the board is wood as well.
Right, the wood is particle board, the pebbles are shaved wood, shave polished wood. It's very, very beautiful.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is coming out in February, so very, very soon. Perfect for Valentine's Day.
And again, that is, how do you pronounce it? Kowale?
Kowale. So what it means, we call it Mancala, right? But in French, Mancala is called Awale.
Oh.
So they added a Q to fit with the Corridor Quarto line.
Very cool.
The more you know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, absolutely.